Imagine for a moment that everything around you, from the ground beneath your feet to the thoughts inside your mind, is in constant motion. A never-ending rhythm of energy flows through every particle, every atom, and every idea. Today, we explore one of the most fascinating and powerful principles known across spiritual and scientific traditions alike, the law of vibration, the third Hermetic principle. This ancient teaching tells us something revolutionary yet simple. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. Across cultures and centuries, from mystical Egypt to modern quantum labs, this law has been a cornerstone for those trying to understand how the universe truly works. Let's begin with the basics. The law of vibration is one of the 7 Hermetic principles, originating from the teachings attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a mythical figure believed to be a fusion of the Egyptian god Thoth and the Greek god Hermes. This principle states that motion is the essence of everything. There is no true stillness. What we perceive as solid matter is actually in constant, microscopic motion. At the deepest level, everything is energy, and all energy is vibrating at different frequencies. That means your body, your thoughts, your emotions, even the device you're using to watch this, are all just different manifestations of energy, vibrating at different rates. Thousands of years ago, this idea was already being explored, not just in Hermetic philosophy, but across spiritual systems. In Hinduism, the primordial sound is considered the vibration of creation itself. It's believed to be the sound that permeates all things, forming the backdrop of existence. The ancient Egyptians and Greeks believed that understanding this cosmic rhythm was essential to attaining wisdom and inner harmony. Greek philosopher Heraclitus famously said, "Everything flows, nothing stands still." This wasn't just poetic. He was describing the ever-changing, vibrating nature of reality. To Hermetic thinkers, vibration was the bridge between the seen and unseen, the physical and spiritual, the material and mental. Without understanding vibration, the other Hermetic laws, like the law of mentalism or the law of correspondence, would make little sense. Everything you see is frozen light, a poetic way of saying that matter is energy vibrating at a frequency low enough to be perceived as solid. Fast forward to the modern world, and quantum physics now says what the ancients believed intuitively. At the atomic level, matter is made up of atoms which consist of subatomic particles like protons, neutrons, and electrons, all of which are constantly in motion. Even things that appear completely still, like a rock or a steel beam, are composed of vibrating particles. These vibrations aren't just metaphors, they're measurable. In fact, they form the very basis of the physical world. Einstein famously said, "Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it." His equation, E equals mc squared, shows that energy, E, and mass, m, are 2 forms of the same thing, meaning that solid matter is, at its core, simply condensed energy. This understanding connects deeply with Hermeticism. The law of vibration teaches that everything is a vibrational expression of a single universal essence. Let's go even deeper. In quantum physics, scientists have discovered that subatomic particles don't really exist in fixed locations. Instead, they exist as probability waves, only becoming real when observed. This leads to the astonishing conclusion: observation affects reality. Why? Because when you observe a particle, you influence its vibration, shifting it from a wave of possibilities into a defined particle. This is known as the observer effect, and it aligns closely with Hermetic teachings that state mind and matter are connected, that our consciousness can shape the world around us. The vibrations of thought and observation are not separate from physical reality. They are deeply intertwined. This isn't just theory. Neuroscience has discovered that our brain operates in waves, vibrational frequencies that correspond to different mental states. Alpha waves, relaxation and calm awareness. Beta waves, active thinking and problem solving. Theta waves, deep meditation, intuition, and dreams. Delta waves, deep sleep and unconscious healing. Each of these brainwaves emits a specific frequency. This means your mental state is not just psychological, it's energetic. And these brain frequencies aren't isolated. They can interact with other frequencies around you, creating resonance or dissonance with your environment. Modern research, such as that from the HeartMath Institute, reveals that the human heart emits an electromagnetic field even more powerful than the brain's. This field changes according to your emotional state. When you're feeling love, gratitude, or peace, your heart produces a coherent, harmonious vibration. When you're stressed, anxious, or angry, that field becomes chaotic and dissonant. This means emotions aren't just feelings, they're frequencies. And those frequencies don't just affect you, they influence the world around you. By aligning our internal state with higher frequency emotions, we can harmonize both our inner world and our outer reality. The more scientists explore quantum physics, the more they describe the universe not as solid and fixed, but as a holographic field of vibrations. Famous physicists like Max Planck, the father of quantum theory, believed all matter originates and exists only by virtue of a force. We must assume behind this force the existence of a conscious and intelligent mind. In other words, vibration and consciousness are not just connected, they are one and the same. When we adjust our internal vibration through mindfulness, intention, or emotional awareness, we are not only changing our perception, we are potentially reshaping reality itself. If the universe is a sea of vibration, then our thoughts and emotions are waves within that sea. They aren't intangible afterthoughts. They are energetic signals constantly radiating from us. In Hermetic philosophy, thoughts and emotions are forms of energy, each carrying their own unique vibrational frequency. This means every feeling, whether love or fear, joy or anger, emits a measurable energetic field. This isn't just mystical, it's measurable. Neuroscientists have found that brainwaves change depending on what you're thinking or feeling. A calm, peaceful thought generates a different vibrational signature than a fearful or angry one. One key figure in this area was psychologist Dr. David R. Hawkins, who developed a scale of consciousness, a system that maps emotions to frequencies. Love, peace, and joy vibrate at high frequencies. Fear, guilt, and shame vibrate at low frequencies. According to Hawkins, high vibration states like unconditional love don't just feel better, they transform your internal biology and even influence the world around you. Your internal vibration becomes your external reality. The HeartMath Institute has shown that the human heart generates a powerful electromagnetic field, up to 60 times stronger than the brain. This field changes based on your emotional state. When you feel appreciation, your heart rhythm becomes coherent, stable, and smooth. When you feel stress or anger, the rhythm becomes chaotic. This electromagnetic heart field influences not just your health, but the people and space around you. You're not just feeling, you're broadcasting. In a way, your emotions are like a radio signal. Whatever frequency you're tuned to determines what station you receive from the universe. This brings us to a popular concept, the law of attraction, the idea that like attracts like. What's less understood is that this law is built on the foundation of vibration. When your emotional and mental frequencies are low, you attract experiences that match that frequency: conflict, lack, fear. But when you elevate your vibration with emotions like gratitude, hope, or compassion, you become receptive to experiences aligned with those energies. In simple terms, you don't get what you want, you get what you vibrate. Let's now focus on how to apply the law of vibration in everyday life. This isn't about complex rituals or abstract theories. It's about practical, measurable habits that elevate your frequency. Words are vibrations. Every thought you think and every word you speak contributes to your vibrational state. Negative self-talk, criticism, or complaining lowers your frequency. Start small. Replace "I can't" with "I'm learning." Swap "this is hard" with "this is a challenge I'm growing through." These simple shifts change the energetic signal you send out. Meditation helps quiet the mental noise, stabilizing your internal rhythm. Just 10 to 15 minutes a day can reduce stress, align brain waves to alpha or theta states, balance heart and breath rhythms. Breath is vibration. When you slow and deepen it, you bring your body, mind, and energy into coherence. Nature vibrates at an unfiltered, harmonious frequency. Walking barefoot on grass, grounding. Listening to ocean waves, sitting under a tree in silence. These activities are more than calming. They're energetic resets. They align you with Earth's natural vibration, which has been shown to reduce inflammation and improve mood. What you consume physically affects your vibration. Fresh fruits, vegetables, and whole foods carry a higher life force energy. Highly processed, artificial foods tend to carry low vibrational energy. Drinking water intentionally, blessing it with gratitude before you drink, can also subtly shift its vibrational structure, as explored in the research of Dr. Masaru Emoto. Music is one of the most accessible forms of vibration. 432 Hz is often called the natural tuning and is said to promote calmness and clarity. 528 Hz is associated with DNA repair and love energy. Listening to binaural beats, solfeggio tones, or even uplifting music with positive lyrics can directly raise your emotional frequency. As we raise our frequency, we begin to notice subtle shifts. More intuition, greater clarity, heightened empathy, synchronicities or signs appearing more often. Many traditions teach that love is the highest frequency. When you're in a state of unconditional love, not attachment or possession, but expansive, pure love, you align with divine energy. In these states, the illusion of separation begins to dissolve. You don't just feel better, you feel connected. This is what mystics call oneness. Your personal vibration doesn't exist in a vacuum. As biologist Rupert Sheldrake proposed with his theory of morphic resonance, your thoughts, emotions, and actions influence the greater collective field. When you choose compassion over judgment, presence over distraction, or peace over conflict, you're not just healing yourself, you're raising the vibration of the entire human field. That is the true spiritual responsibility, to elevate not just for yourself, but for the world. As Hermeticism says, as within, so without. The law of vibration teaches us a powerful truth. We are not separate from the universe. We are an expression of it. Your every thought, word, feeling, and intention carries a vibration. And by choosing that vibration carefully, you are actively shaping your reality, moment by moment. By aligning with higher frequencies, love, gratitude, truth, you don't just experience spiritual growth. You become a tuning fork for the entire cosmos.